Week 4 is upon us, which means it is time for 3 things to watch as we get ready for another Saturday in CAA football. Rob, I know the first thing you'll be watching is that Towson and Villanova matchup as 2 ranked undefeated teams will square off.
Yeah, there's so many great storylines surrounding this matchup of nationally ranked unbeaten teams. But what I'll be watching to see is which team's defense is able to step up and get some stops. Villanova comes into Saturday's contest averaging 39 points per game, and Towson is averaging over 38. They both have excellent quarterbacks with Daniel Smith and Tom Flacco, along with formidable rushing attacks. But both squads have also improved greatly on defense and will face their biggest challenge on Saturday. Now, Villanova has scored a defensive touchdown in each of the first 3 contests and is giving up just 11 points per game, while Towson has forced 9 turnovers and is allowing less than 16 points per game. Now, in last year's matchup, the 2 teams combined for 80 points and over 1,000 yards of offense. While I don't think this year's game will be a low-scoring affair, the winner will be the team who can make a game-changing play on defense.
The second thing to watch for on Saturday will be the other conference matchup between Rhode Island and New Hampshire, as both teams are looking to get their first win of the season.
Yeah, Saturday is a big game for both Rhode Island and New Hampshire as they look to pick up that first victory and build some momentum after close losses. The matchup I'll be watching is how Rhode Island's talented group of receivers compete against New Hampshire's veteran secondary. The Rams rank 4th in the nation in passing offense, averaging better than 360 yards per game. Headlining that group of receivers is All-American Aaron Parker, who leads FCS in both receptions and receiving yards per game, and is coming off a 12-catch, 227-yard performance against Delaware. While he's the go-to guy for Vito Priori, Amir Dorsey and Isaiah Coulter also have plenty of speed and big play capability and have combined for 17 receptions and a pair of touchdowns. Now, they'll be facing a veteran New Hampshire secondary that is the strength of the Wildcats defense. Pop Lacey, Isaiah Perkins, and Prince Smith are 3-year starters. Junior Evan Horn led UNH with 4 interceptions last year, and sophomore Pop Bush is tied for the team lead in tackles this season. Rhode Island's offense has relied heavily on the pass this season, and we'll see if New Hampshire is able to take that away.
And the third thing to watch for will be bounce back Saturday for several CAA teams as they look to get last week's defeats behind them.
Yeah, Maine, Delaware, and UAlbany all suffered difficult losses last week, and I'll be watching to see how they're able to bounce back. The Black Bears turned it over 4 times in their top 10 showdown with Towson and dropped their second straight game. Now they have to go on the road to a quality Colgate team that is hungry to get its first win. It will be important for Maine to get back on the winning track with a CAA road game at nationally ranked Villanova ahead. Delaware suffered its first loss of the year to number 1 North Dakota State last week. The Blue Hens host Ivy League member Penn on Saturday, which is playing its first game of the year. The Blue Hens need to regain some momentum before a tough back-to-back road swing to Pitt and Elon. Finally, UAlbany overcame a 21-0 deficit at Monmouth to force overtime last week, but fell 38-35. The Great Danes close out their non-conference schedule by hosting Lafayette on Saturday and would like to even their record at 2-2 before the challenging CAA slate gets underway.
Those were Rob's 3 things to watch. Make sure to stay with CAAfootball.com and CAA Football social media outlets throughout the weekend for the latest.